Hello, everybody, and welcome to Codename Good Game, Episode 7. Lucky number 7. Today we have two guests that have not been on the channel before, actually. Well, other than Kibiji Day, where we did a prototype of this show. Sirs Kelvin and Rob. Otherwise known as our
Hey, everyone.
Roberto. From the Gaming Duo podcast. You both are on screen. Gentlemen, it's great to have you here, along with the chat, Juan and the Casual Gamer currently. Thank you guys for swinging by. Boys, we are finally in a good game episode together.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you for having us, man. Thank you.
We have been, we've kind of had racquetball because there was at one point I tried to have you guys on. It just didn't work out because there was a move happening, I think, for Rob. Was it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then I caught like
fun.
COVID, and there was just so much racquetballing. But folks, these are two guys that are freaking awesome. They love to talk about games every week with their podcast, which I'm happy to kind of let you both take away and introduce yourselves to the audience as we kind of get to know you before we jump into some topics this week, like especially the Game Awards. What do we want to be nominated? Sonic. How is that doing? Do we finally have a good Sonic game? Our boy Ash Ketchum.
Yes.
Dude,
yes.
There's a lot this week. So anyways, feel free to introduce yourselves. I don't know. How about Rob first?
Okay.
Well, it's kind of interesting because you're both a duo, so I don't know how to work that.
Rob usually goes first. He likes to start it off. Go ahead, Rob.
Yeah, I'll kick it off. I mean, I'll just start that how me and Kelvin kind of know each other. We've known each other since like we're 7 years old. And we actually, funny story, we began our friendship in a McDonald's ball pit in the Bronx. That is how our friendship started. And then from there, we've just been best buds. He's literally like my brother. And we've always talked about games like on the phone, like literally hours. At a point, we were talking about games more than actually playing games. And then obviously COVID and pandemic happened and stuff like that. We always talk about it and then all this stuff. And we're like, hey, we like talk a lot about games. Why don't we make a podcast? I think that would be awesome because all we do. And here we are. I think it's almost 2 years, Kel, we've been doing the podcast for?
Just about.
Yeah.
And then, so it's time jump to now. And here we are, the Gaming Duo podcast. We talk about the latest gaming news. We have a very unique conversation usually, and we just have a great time. We just have a great time talking about games. We're passionate about it. And yeah.
That was a perfect segue, Kelvin, because I was going to be like, all right, what's the back half of this, Kel? So perfect. Yeah. And you both have something you're working on right now or potentially promoting?
Yes.
Yeah.
So we are actually doing a giveaway for not this week, the following week, for our podcast. So if you guys watch us live on YouTube, we are giving away, drumroll somebody, or unless you have some type of like, I don't know. We are giving away a limited edition God of War PS5 controller, God of War Ragnarok PS5 controller.
Dude.
And so, this is it here. Super excited to show you guys this. Just follow us on our social media and you'll know how to enter to win. And good times. I can't wait to actually like show this off and hand it to somebody, you know?
Yeah. Giveaways are dope, man. I haven't done one in ages. I just do kind of spontaneous ones if somebody tunes in for like our Smash CPU tourneys.
Yeah.
And I don't even announce it or anything. I'm just like, who won? Yeah, here's a gift card for you. like,
That's awesome.
Yeah, but
that's how to do it, man.
Dude, I don't know. Like, because I just like to spontaneously reward sometimes. And then people are like, dude, he does cool shit. Like, we'll see. I don't know. But
that's awesome.
I want to do something cool for like the holidays. But you know what? Speaking of the holidays coming up, like we're in November, gang. We have like the gang.
Wild.
I was gonna say the gang awards coming up.
The gang awards.
The game awards. Yeah. Not the game awards. The gangs.
Dude, it is wild though. Like Kelvin just said, it's wild that we're already in November. But yeah, it's. Can you recall any like holiday game that you were just stoked to get? Like I didn't put that on the docket. I just kind of always ask like a random like get to know question. Can you think of like any holiday release game like around November, December-ish that you were just like,
does January count? Like I know it's after, but it's kind of like just no, it doesn't count. All right.
Gotta be before Christmas, man.
Okay. One of my favorite.
I'm actually struggling with that.
This was a few years back though, but I remember when it was Thanksgiving Day, and after finished eating, I booted up Assassin's Creed.
Dos?
I think it was 3. Assassin's Creed 3, if I'm not mistaken. And it was one of the Assassin's Creed games. But I just had, it was just like, it embedded in my mind because it was like a really nice time. I had a good dinner with my family. And I just went, into my room and started booting up Assassin's Creed. And for some reason, I just always remember that till this day. Fun times.
Rob, do you have one? It's funny, I asked this question. I myself am struggling.
A couple. But the one that, like, as like a child, I guess, would be the best one.
Yep.
My mom and dad so my birthday is actually right next to Christmas. It's December 28th. So as a kid, I would get like a little spoiled because it was like, here's your birthday and Christmas.
You're one of those sons of
but as an adult, it's not as good anymore. There's like, it's both.
The same thing. Her birthday's like on Christmas Day, and I'm like, damn.
So sometimes you get swindled. Some days, you make out good, or some years, whatever.
Yes.
It really depends. But my parents got me a green Game Boy Color, like the lime green one, and green's my favorite color. I was just like, wow. And they got me the Pokemon games, Silver and Gold. So they got me not just one, they got me both copies. And I was just like, little kid me was just like, going nuts.
It's amazing you say Silver and Gold because, like, I think those two and Diamond and Pearl are like the two most prominent that I personally remember in my childhood. So, yeah.
What about you?
Well, here's my issue, like, because you bring up like Christmas. My parents refused to get me video games.
Really?
Oh no!
It was so sad because it's like my favorite pastime, but I would never get it as a gift. So I always had to like earn it, or boyfriends or girlfriends of my parents, because they are separated. They would give me stuff, but directly they would never do it. But I'm pretty sure in terms of November, and I was still in high school, just Halo 4. I remember that was a November game. We just they just said like, congrats to 10 years with Halo 4, our first 343 Halo game, and I'm like, 10 years.
It's been a ride, man. Like, I can't believe we're here now. Like, it's been 10 freaking years, dude. It's
since
crazy.
2012, when the world was gonna end.
Yes, and it did not end.
I'm happy it didn't.
Spoilers.
Yeah, me too. Anyways, gang, this is the Good Game Podcast Show YouTube channel. We don't really have it as a podcast yet, but it's just a nice time if you are grinding for XP, if you're doing chores, if you're here for a drive, whatever, you're just hanging out with us live like Creature, Casual, Isaiah, and Koba are. Thank you guys very much for swinging by. You also, if you're live, can support the show with a super chat or become a patron and make a priority message happen. But otherwise, we don't have too many people to compete with here currently. So feel free to at me or the Game and Do a Podcast in the chat if you want a question answered towards the end, where we'll hang out with you in the chat and be tuning into your comments through the show. But we got some topics to dive into. And
let's do it.
Yeah, I'm excited for this show. We only got 5 topics and a community voted bonus one. I didn't tell you boys this, but I decided to make the community vote on those like additional topics that I showed you. So
let's go.
There was a winner.
Awesome.
Of that. Yeah, so we'll hit that at the end. But let's load in some topics. Where's that loading graphic? I have our first topic of the day. Do we finally have a good Sonic Frontiers game? Gentlemen, let me read off some reviews about how Sonic Frontiers is doing. I also need to move this. I forgot. There we go. So as you guys can see in the chat, we have Sonic Frontiers right from here. This is Kid Lee who posted this. A lot of people rounded up, but I found this because it had the most in terms of who reviewed it. VGC, 8 out of 10. Game Rant, 4 out of 5. Game Informer, 7.8. Press Start, 7.5. Easy Allies, 7.5. IGN, 7. GameStop, 7. Kinda Funny, 3 out of 5. Digital Trends at the lowest one, 2 out of 10. But overall, this averages out on Metacritic to be a Sonic game that is at 7.6. 76% out of 100. And for years, I think Sonic fans, and if you know Circle Tunes HD has kind of a funny video about this, Sonic fans have just wanted to see a mainline Sonic team developed Sonic game that is finally like good, and it is hitting the mainstream. And it looks like, I don't know about sales so far, I haven't looked into sales so far, but in terms of Twitter activity, in terms of reviews, boys, we might finally have it. Sega might have finally brought back their Blue Boy.
I think so. I think it's funny. I've seen a lot of mixed, in a sense of like, it's good, but it's not like it's like what they expected, which was fine, right? I think they did a great job with kind of mixing up the gameplay and changing it up a little bit, changing up the dynamic, right? Which kind of makes this game a little bit better for those that are really interested in Sonic. But I did hear a lot of bad things, right? Like there is a kind of inconsistency when it comes to just I guess, a lot of like I don't know what is it like they have a lot of issues going on as far as like gameplay.
Pop-in is definitely a thing. Yeah,
right.
As you go through the game, you'll just see stuff boot up. Yeah.
And so, and that's unfortunate, right? Because it's like, what if they would have delayed this game for maybe another 6 months, right?
Yes, just a little bit more polish.
That would have given it a little bit more polish, and the gameplay, from what it looks like, it's good. Just a lot of the inconsistencies throughout the gameplay is what kind of like hinders it.
Can I get your guys' opinion really quick? Is this not like the most badass combat Sonic has ever had?
Yes.
Dude.
Yes.
There's mixed things I've heard about the combat. I heard that it is kind of like not that deep, and it is kind of repetitive, and there's not a lot to it. It is cool looking, and it is fun. I know you can like spin around in a circle, and he does like a big like tornado thing, which is really fun. But I've heard mixed things about the combat. Yeah. So
again, it's just those things of them changing it up a little bit, and maybe some of them things fell flat, but there were other things that actually enhance Sonic's catalog of attacks. So
there it is right there.
It's like, I think this is a stepping stone for them for the next iteration, right? Like I feel like they're on the right track. And I think if they continue with this and then make the sequel or, the next Sonic game with this like building block here, I think they have something.
Right. Yep. And that's what I'm thinking too, is that like this is potentially finally a Kickstarter to Sonic, breaking the trend of him just not feeling that important. And as a fan of Halo, like I can relate on this level because Halo is such a big franchise, and people said Infinite has to be great, not good, to change that image that people have had of Halo the past couple games. And I think Sonic's been in that place. It's been in that place because the past few games, they just have been bad or okay kind of a thing, except Sonic Mania, and that was made by some fans, that Sega was like, yeah, okay, that's cool. You go ahead kind of a thing. But this might be a good step in the direction that like could make people get back in. Like I know my buddy Titus, he's having a blast with this game. He described it perfectly. He's like, this might be my all-time favorite 7.5 game I've ever played.
That's a good way of putting it.
For sure.
Yeah. I have kind of a hot take on Sonic.
Oh God, here we go.
And I feel like with Sonic games, because of like the constant like flow we have with them being bad and good, bad and okay, the bar isn't super high for Sonic because he's kind of like in his own category, right? Like we've had Sonic Adventure 2 Battle, we've had a Sonic Adventure, which were great, but like at the time, they weren't amazing games. They were just really solid Sonic games. So is Sonic kind of like in his own category where like it's good for a Sonic game, or is it good actual game?
But that's the thing I was teasing earlier, is that like there's this guy Circle Tunes HD. He did like a short that's like it's a Sonic fan playing it, and then a friend comes up, man, I'm sorry to hear that Sonic was just getting like 7s. He's like, my friend,
this is the best we've ever had.
Like 7 out of 10 to a Sonic fans. It's like 10 out of 10, baby. Whoa!
Right.
So
is that an issue? Is that a problem? Like that we have that kind of Sonic game is great.
Let the Sonic fans have
I was going to say, let them have this.
Let the Sonic fans get this one. You know what I mean? Tony, are you like a huge Sonic fan? Like, what's your take on Sonic?
I have been totally like not playing Sonic games for years. I think the last Sonic game I played like thoroughly was Sonic Heroes.
Oh, it's so good. That's a good one.
I really enjoy that game so much. And Sonic Adventure Battle 2. God, that game is awesome.
Come on.
I don't care
that is
what
a
you
classic.
think. Yeah.
Don't care.
I'm waiting for a remake for that, like an HD remake or something. Like I need that. I need that.
But yeah, so I've just been kind of, observing and whatnot.
Right.
The main thing
I heard Sonic Colors
game
was good.
Yeah, that's what I heard too. So I don't know why. Maybe there was some stuff mixed in. I do see Onyx in the chat from the Gaming Resume, and he's like, it's been 10 years since the last good 3D Sonic game, which is kind of nuts to think about. I hope the future treats fans better. And maybe that 10 years one was, maybe that was Colors, because I think Colors released on the Wii. Maybe that's what he's talking about.
That came out in 2010, I think, or something like that.
It was DS. I think it was Nintendo DS. It came out Sonic Colors. 2010.
Anyway. Yeah. 2010. Okay, yeah.
Fact check us. Yeah, fact check us.
Fact
chat.
check. Yeah,
Anyways.
I mean, he has a good point. I mean, 3D Sonic games compared to like 2D Sonic games, right? Like obviously 3D Sonic games have struggled way more, right? There isn't that sweet spot of like gameplay with just the normal like Sonic like speed dashing and all that stuff. So there's a hard balance for them to kind of like grasp it, and I think this is on the right track where it's like kind of semi-open zoned areas, and then you have kind of a mixture of 2D sides of 2D gameplay. So I think they're on the right track. I think they're doing something good here. They just need to polish it more for sure.
Yeah. Juan in the chat. What?
Sorry. I was gonna say I have a question as far as, do you think the Sonic movie helped kind of boost this game up? Like
that's a good
it
question.
Made Sonic more popular. So and that movie was good.
I don't think so. I had a friend ask me that question, and I'm like, it's very possible. I would 100% believe it, but I think this game and the potential promise of just like an open zone Sonic game was enticing to folks to see how that goes, because it's also a big directional shift for the boy. Like as you said, the 2D games do great, and there has been 3D Sonic games, but this one's like very different than any other 3D Sonic game we've seen. So
right.
So I don't know. We do have to keep moving though. But I do see Luan in the chat and people are correcting. So it's Generations that they're saying was the last good to great Sonic game. So
okay.
I haven't heard of that one actually. No, actually I have heard of that. Never mind. But yeah. And Creature's asking what video game mascot is the best. I think Sonic is pretty great.
I think the fact that he can come out with all of these like bad, good, average games and people still love him. I think he stands the test of time. I think he's great.
And there's a lot of mascots though. Like that's a deep.
That's a loaded question.
That's a loaded question.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, but we're going to keep moving because I want to get to more of these stories. Topic number 2. Did you know that there's going to be a Gears of War live action film and show?
Yeah,
what is that face Rob's got? Rob?
Oh, yeah.
God, you're talking to Gears nuts right here, man. We used to play like crazy
religiously.
I mean, because Gears is like, I tell people, I don't think, I'll be bold here. I think Gears of War is one of, if not the best co-op game you could play as like a shooter kind of a thing. Like
100%.
Hands down.
Yeah, 100%. Anyways, the story here, folks, is that this comes from Netflix. It's literally directly on their Twitter, as you can see. They tweeted earlier this week, Gears of War was released 16 years ago today. And to mark the occasion, 16 years. The freaking time, dude.
Wild, dude. We're getting old. That's the
first game I bought for Xbox 360. The first white with the red ring of death Xbox 360. That was the first game I ever bought for that.
It was released 16 years ago. Netflix has partnered with the Coalition to adapt the Gears of War video game saga into a live action feature film, followed by an adult animated series with the potential for more stories to follow. Gears of War by Netflix. My first question to everybody. How much faith do you have in Netflix pulling this off? I asked that to both of you in the chat. I made a funny video about how everybody was panicking about Netflix being in charge of this, like a new Avatar Last Airbender series that's happening. And I'm like, it's literally a funny video. I go to West Side Taco, look it up. But it's like I just start sending off all the stuff. Daredevil, the House of Cards, Stranger Things, and I'm just like sending out all these good Umbrella Academy. I'm like sending out all these good Netflix shows, and I'm like, I think they know what they're doing. But
I agree. I think this would probably be the most capable company to leave Gears of War, in my opinion, right?
Sure.
I mean, I don't know, man. This is really interesting because to have a Gears, did they say, is this going to be like a like an official movie, or is this going to be like an animated movie?
Well, movie.
They're going to
right,
both.
like with actors.
There's the film that they're going to have a live action film, and then an adult animated series.
Yeah, that's fantastic. So to me, that tells me that they're going full on like, and like trying to push Gears of War for potentially kind of like rejuvenate that franchise a little bit more, right? And I think what we talked about a little bit with Sonic, I think video game adaptations does help a lot tremendously when it comes to kind of spiking up interest in the game adaptation, right? And so when you see that Netflix and you see Xbox like really pushing in for that like Netflix kind of like show, I think that tells me that they're gonna really push for Gear 6 is coming at some point, right? Soon. I would hope a reveal next year sometime, right? So I think that's what they're kind of alluding for. But also, like, Gears is a pretty dope show to like. If you put it in the show, potential. I think it'd be pretty dope, right?
There's
like
such potential.
Story wise, it's right. Story wise is okay, but
it's not the deepest story.
You're not there for the story, right?
So let me get Rob in here. So Rob, you had a smile on your face, and you were saying it's because you're both Gears nuts. Like Rob, when you first saw this, like, what was your kind of immediate feeling? Was it concern? Was it excitement? Like,
yeah, I'm a pretty big. I mean, I've fallen off a couple of years, but I used to be a huge Gears fan. Like, would play this game religiously. Me and Kelvin got to a point where we would get so good that like I would be able to map out the map on multiplayer and just like call out. It was enough. Yeah. Anyways, but concern was number one because of Halo.
Yeah,
the live action Halo really.
Now that was Paramount, but yes,
that was Paramount, 100%.
Yes.
But then when I read that
and
the coalition,
let's not forget Death Note.
yes.
Yeah, I did see like Koba in the chat. It was like, or somebody's like, it was Onyx. There's some hit and misses with Netflix though when it's not original. So that's a good point when it's not an original work.
Right. So when I saw that the coalition is also being involved, which is the game developer, then I'm like, okay, that's good. It's not just like somebody taking a script and being like, this is the IP, do whatever you want with it. They're gonna be like, no, this is
Halo. Yeah.
Right, exactly. They're saying as long as they stick to what makes the game good, like we want to see the gore, we want to see just big muscly men just going down to these locusts and stuff like that. That's all we want. It's actually a very simple movie, I think, in essence, to make and not really mess up. So I think we're gonna be okay.
They could mess it up.
They could mess it up.
They absolutely could. My question, so this is a good question, and I just thought of, if, these happen, would you want it to be based on the original characters? Do you think that's like super important to its success? Like that, I think that's a really good question because
that is a very good question.
Like, because the Gears universe, like, there's so many sad stories you could potentially tell because the world just gets destroyed by this threat that just literally came from nowhere, like just poof, and they're destroying everything. And there's a lot of potential stories to tell in that universe. And I see Jacob in the chat, mentioning Dave Bautista as Marcus, which is a big thing. Dave Bautista literally, that's another part of this, is he posted a tweet or something of him in the outfit, like. There's nothing to discuss. And even Cliff Bleszinski, one of the people that was key people that made Gears, is like, do it. You have my support. Do it. But I'm also like, I'm almost for it not being Marcus, Cole, Dom. Like, I'm almost for just seeing other set of characters. Okay. Yeah. I don't know. What do you guys think?
Rob?
I think I would want to see those guys being played out. I think that's what people are familiar with I think they want to see those guys on the big screen. Just as a fan, a longtime fan, I really want to see how these people would actually play in a live action thing. Do I think Dave Bautista would be a good role? I'm already mapping out in my head who would play the characters and stuff like that. And those 4 guys, when you were playing the campaign, had such a rapport with each other and stuff like that, the back and forth and the shit talking and stuff like that. So I would like to see that. Whereas if I have to get to know new characters like Gears 4, you kind of had to learn new characters. You had to learn, Marcus' son, Dell. Right. So I don't want to do it again. I kind of want to just know, let's go into it and be like, all right, these are the characters I know.
Yeah.
I agree 100%. You basically nailed it. I think them just leaning hard on the lore of Gears of War, just as it is right now, when you have your iconic characters, right? That would kind of help with us, the major fans, and just kind of see, all right, how does this work in a movie adaptation? How is that going to work? How is Marcus Phoenix going to interact with other characters? Did they do a good job with him? Are they going to have cheesy lines? Those are the things that I'm going to be looking into when I'm watching the show. And so that's going to be interesting to see. But maybe down the line, right? Maybe if this is successful and they kind of have good revenue and good support from it, maybe they're all right, let's do a spin-off, right? Let's do just our own take of this, but still keep it in the Gears of War universe.
Maybe that could be the animated series. Maybe
100%. Exactly.
Stories of Gears, Another Halo Legends.
I'd be
down
it.
for that.
There you go.
Yeah, that'd be dope.
Sign this man up. Sign this man up.
Yeah,
exactly.
That'd be dope. I am super game for this. Okay.
And Netflix has a really good track record with animated series for video games.
Go ahead. Sorry.
And we do. I just thought of this, and we're keeping moving. But I just remember, you guys even tweeted this, where I think it was you. Correct me if I'm wrong. Where it's do you think there's too many film TV adaptations happening?
That guy right there.
It was Rob. Okay.
Yeah. And then I responded.
Another good question.
Yeah, you did. You were like, no.
And I responded. I'm like, no, I think there's not enough. I feel like if we continue pushing the industry forward with these movie adaptations, I think we can get some really good stuff out of it. I think just like the MCU, right, where we incorporated this as now we see MCU as this is a staple. We have to have these movies continue on, right? I feel like we can do that for games as well, right? I mean, and then Netflix, for example, Arcane, phenomenal,
sure.
Phenomenal. They can
Arcane's
really
another good
nail
example from Netflix. Yeah.
and what the most recent one is Cuphead for me, right? Where Cuphead show is really good. It's really freaking good.
Yeah.
And so I do have
Cyberpunk
full support. Cyberpunk, I have support with when it comes to Netflix actually doing this. I think they could. I think they can nail it.
I heard my friend. There was the Tekken series as well. There was a Tekken anime that happened, and he was like, "It was actually pretty good." I'm like,
"Yeah,
cool."
It's surprising. You get that's what you hear all the time. It's you hear that it's pretty good. You hear everyone's saying that.
All right. Okay. This is a topic number 3 that is it's not entirely games, but I feel like at the time in our youth, we grew up, one of the games, if you're a 90s kid, you played Pokemon. You played Pokemon Red and Blue, or you had a Game Boy, and you got to know the franchise as you watched the anime series that went with it, with Ash Ketchum. Gotta catch 'em all. You'll teach me, I'll teach you. Pokemon. Yeah, that one. Well, after over 20 years, ladies and gentlemen, Ash Ketchum has finally become the best of the best. This is at IGN. Ash Ketchum finally becomes the world's greatest Pokemon trainer. Took him long enough, but yes. If you don't know, basically this, I think it was Friday, they aired this episode that Ash Ketchum, our boy, and I feel like this is this is just one of those stories that's you're watching I think there's an analogy that I thought of where it's you have this kid, you're raising him, you go to each of his third grade graduation, his 5th grade graduation, whatever, and you go to all these important things when they're in school, but then eventually when they go to college, you just check in now and then, kind of a thing.
Right.
A lot of us haven't been watching the Pokemon anime, but we still check in on Ash now and then, or we'll watch a clip or something and see what's going on. This is that moment that we finally get the call from our kid. Mom, I did it. I became the best. Ash was in a tournament in this newest season that is him just This season isn't about him trying to take on gym leaders and stuff. It's just about him exploring and traveling and discovering stuff in this new region. And because the last season he became a regional champion, finally. I think all of us saw that tweet too. Like, Ash finally did it. He won a Pokemon League. And that's why in this tournament, Ash is invited to compete with other regional champions to literally settle who is the best in the world. And Ash freaking won. So I don't know, folks. Like, I just thought this is kind of a cool story if you're geeking out, and it's, you know, Pokemon's coming out next week too. This might, you know, hype people up for that game too, for Scarlet and Violet. I don't know. Like, I've kind of been gushing. If you guys have any thoughts on this, I just think it's cool that Ash has finally
Tony,
done it.
You might have to cut us off at some point because
we're gonna go off about it. So
Rob, I mean, he's not a fan. Rob, he doesn't like Pokemon at all.
I don't like Pokemon.
What is your levels here? Like,
I don't like Pokemon. No. There's not like a ton of Pokemon cards behind me.
Yeah, there's not a Charizard.
Wait, first question: do you guys like? Do you watch the show? Like,
no. Okay, I haven't watched the show.
Like, the college analogy is a good analogy.
Exactly. You nailed it.
Okay.
Yes.
You nailed it.
Yeah.
Rob, on the other hand, you know, I can't speak for him, but I know he definitely collects Pokemon cards. I just don't know if he's kept up with the show.
I mean, the show is different. I'll let you take it from here, Kelv, because you're the one that actually sent me the clip of him winning it, and just from your perspective, like, what did you feel when you were watching that?
I'm gonna give you guys a quick story because I know we're gonna be running out of time here.
Yeah.
So I'm at work, right? I'm like, whatever, I'm doing work stuff, and then I'm like, I see this on Twitter. I'm like,
where I was when Ash became
the homie won. Let's give him some like round of applause. Let me see how he won, right? I'm like, I'm sure it's fine. I'm watching this and I'm just like, oh my god. I'm like, oh my god, like, holy like, what is happening right now? Like, literally, I'm starting to cry. I've not watched Pokemon in years, mind you, right? And I'm like, why am I crying right now at work? Like, why are they giving me the feels right now? And so I had to send it to Rob because obviously Rob's a homie. He has all this Pokemon stuff. He collects Pokemon cards, and just before I watched this, we were talking about Pokemon. He's like, I just want Pokemon to be more like anime and just be like more like, you know. Now, watching this blew my freaking mind.
Anime as frick, dude.
It was anime as heck, dude. I'm just like, there's no way they nailed this. They absolutely nailed this.
I was worried about bringing up this story because I'm like, is it games? Like, I just figured just give us a second to gush about it. But
yeah, let's just gush, you know.
Like, but we have other things to hit. But I'm just like trying to get your guys' reactions to it. Like, okay, wait, just let me go to Rob for a second here.
Sure.
So Rob, like, you're the big fan. I'm sure, feel free to share your reaction, but also, like, where do you think this might take Ash next, or do they continue it with him?
So I think the reason why we all watch Pokemon, us 90s kids, and like we grew up with it, is Ash kind of never grew up. He was kind of still doing the same thing over and over again.
He was
and
the
we kind of lost
kid that
interest.
never went to college.
Right, exactly. But we all grew up. Yeah, exactly. We all grew up and we all kind of like did our thing. We kind of forgot about Ash. And then like hearing this, we're like, yo, this guy, he was still doing it. And he finally did it. And it gives you this feeling like, wow, I almost feel bad not watching him throughout the journey. Like, I almost like left him. I was like, he's just going to be doing this thing forever and ever. And that's it. And that's it. But I felt like almost bad. Cause I'm like, damn, like I should have been there backing him up. And
exactly. No, I totally agree with you because that's the thing. Like, I was like, if anybody, and I feel like very few of us are there, but if anybody has stuck with this series, you were balling. Like, you were a wreck this episode. You deserved to be.
And I still was balling.
Exactly.
Dude, you freaking deserved it. Yeah.
Dude, I was pleasantly surprised. I was like, I missed out on so much. I don't know what if this is the quality that Pokemon shows have been going on for, like, man, I messed up big time.
Yeah. And so there's because we do somewhat have to move, but I just think like just a little gushing to connect it to next week. We are having the next Pokemon game, and I kind of joke with again my buddy Titus, who's like the only friend of mine I know that's gonna play, and he's like, this is real hype, man. I'm just like, can you imagine if they literally made sure to air this episode before the game comes out next week, because they want to make Ash Ketchum the after you fight the Elite Four, it's like an adult version of Ash, and he's like, I remember being young like you.
Oh my god, yes, I think that's what we want. I think we want to see Ash actually grow up, and I don't think we'll have as big as an impact if they just like throw him into another season of just like, we're just gonna go around the world, because he kind of he did the pinnacle. He's done it. You know?
Yeah.
So
well,
real
Luffy
quick,
found
I know
One Piece. Yeah.
Onyx in the chat wrote that Butterfree was the part where it actually got him in his feels.
Squirtle,
that was 100%.
Yeah.
As soon as I saw Squirtle, I was like, oh my god, like I felt something like twitch, you know?
I mean, that's kind of
when I
spoilers
saw
for those
Butterfree,
that haven't seen it, but just know, like, if you know the series, they make you feel like this is the moment. This is the moment. It's all been freaking.
So kudos to them, man. Kudos
they
to
did a good
them.
job. Incredible job.
And kudos to Ash for finally freaking doing it.
Good job, man.
Now make
shout out to Pikachu though.
Now make Misty a mom, like.
Yeah.
Oh man, that'd be great. Shout out to Pikachu though.
Yes,
like Pikachu.
Pikachu's on MVP.
Yeah. And
MVP.
another like slight spoiler, but just like he turns around and he's trying to crawl.
Oh my god! Yes, I was like,
dude, yeah.
Level 100 Pikachu, like
level 100 Pikachu.
Yeah, literally,
love it.
Yeah. All right. Anyways, that was kind of like a little fun thing to gush about. We got into that shit.
We could get more into it if you want.
Oh yeah,
no,
we go on for hours.
Big wars to hit, but semi-final topic, and this is kind of one that I have a feeling that will be very much a me thing. I do see Koba in the chat, who I also know might be into this. This week it was actually a really good week, because you got Sonic Frontiers, which we did a review roundup. We got God of War Ragnarok, which somehow hasn't come up in this podcast or show or whatever yet. But another kind of mainstream first-party AAA thing we got is the potential resurgence of Microsoft's flagship Halo Infinite, which, if you don't know what happened, basically and Rob already has like a but yeah, basically Halo Infinite had a massive winter update that I'm shocked that they didn't just call it Season 3, but they finally, a game that it reached like a 20 million player count. It is the flagship IP of Microsoft. It had a great kickoff, but the live service part of the game has really been struggling with its fans and general gaming scene, period. And it's kind of created this weird image. But this winter update that just came out, they added new multiplayer stuff. They added new battle tier, whatever. Like, that's cool. That's kind of icing on the cake. But the real big thing is not only is co-op finally in the game, and I'm really curious who else besides me cares about that, because admittedly, that's the part of the game I've been diving into more than this other thing, is Forge Mode. Like, Forge Mode is a game that is literally like the PlayStation game Dreams. Like, you can make whatever game you want, and Infinite's Forge is insane. Like, I don't know how to describe it if you haven't seen any of it, but somebody literally made the Toy Story, Andy's room from Toy Story.
Ridiculous.
People are making RPGs like with an EXP system. I saw somebody literally remake the 64 Final Destination stage, and they're like actually having like Halo Smash Bros kind of a thing.
Wow.
There's I think somebody's riding like little tiny mongooses as if they're like little teeny tiny go-karts. It's like Mario Kart instead of like full-blown actual mongooses kind of a thing that are ATVs. There's so much crazy stuff, and the Halo community has been buzzing. But the question is, Rob, Kelvin, I think, am I right to say you both are kind of like balanced, like you play both single player and multiplayer somewhat cohesively? Or do you think you teeter towards one more than the other?
I would say we're fair weather fans. Like, you know, we enjoy the games. We'll play the campaign. We'll play the multiplayer. We'll dip in and out. But I wouldn't call myself a hardcore hardcore Halo fans. But we appreciate it. 100%.
Yeah, because I asked that question because I had DB Geek on last week, and he said, you know, like, yeah, I'm primarily a single player guy. I play single player stuff and maybe dive into multiplayer, but it's not really my thing. This is especially a multiplayer thing because the co-op. I admit I've been doing that a lot this weekend, and I'm having a blast. I haven't even dived into the Forge part of it. But is this enough to potentially bring you two in? And I want honest answers. Don't the political answer.
Sure.
But it's like, is this enough to pull you away from multiverses or any other thing that you could potentially be playing right now?
Do you want to take Kelvin, or you want me to go first?
Yeah, let's go, Kelvin.
I think, me personally, no. This is not going to bring me back. Only because I have dabbled with Halo on and off for the, years, right? And this one was probably the one that I'm like, all right, this one, like, this is a really good Halo for me, like, in my opinion. But I've never really been, for some reason, and we've had conversations about this so many times, but like, there's something about Halo that it doesn't click for me. There's something that I'm just like, I appreciate it, like Rob said, right? But I can't get into the universe somehow for some reason. And I'm not even talking about story. I'm just talking about like just online. Like, I enjoy doing like team deathmatch and all that stuff, right? But when you're starting to do like the bigger like maps and you're doing like all the different type of modes, I'm just like, it kind of loses me a little bit because it's just, I feel like I'm not doing anything that's really important. And that's where I'm at with Halo Online as in general. So Forge is cool, right? It's very like expansive and you can do so much with it, but it's not going to be enough for me to come back with
Did
it.
you
And then
both
co-op,
play the campaign?
I did not.
Okay, Rob?
Yes, I've played the campaign.
Because I was going to ask, like, does the co-op entice you or whatever? How about Rob? You kick that off.
Yeah, so I think the co-op aspect would have been great at launch.
Yes.
Yeah.
At launch. I think it's a little too late. You had everyone hyped to play this game, and as a Halo fan, what comes with a launch from Halo is you staying up with your buddies during launch day and you're going through the campaign co-op together. That is like a core Halo like memory. That's like just a tradition of what you do. And they kind of ruined it when they didn't offer at launch. They kind of like, everyone's kind of disjointed. We're like, oh my God, new Halo's come out. Let's get on co-op and let's play together. Yeah. Now it's just like, oh, we can still do it, but we both already kind of played the campaign already. And there's a bunch of new games coming out right now. And there's Call of Duty out and there's God of War. And I don't know if I really want to go and play the campaign of Halo. So that's kind of where I'm at with, this is great. Don't get me wrong. I'm glad they did it, but it's a little too late to capture the full audience they had when launch came out, because they had everyone was rooting for Halo.
So
just came out.
And I totally get that. Like, that's why I was kind of excited to have you both on, is because my question, and I think something a lot of the core Halo fans want is like to bring people back. Like, I saw there was somebody that tweeted out, I'm so happy for Halo fans. And I'm going to tell you right now, Halo fans seeing that, it's like, damn it, because like we want Halo to be what Halo 3 was, where like everybody was playing that kind of thing. Yeah.
Even Reach, I'll take Reach too. Yeah, like even what Reach was. Yeah.
Yeah, but and that was like the last time Halo felt so mainstream, and so the hope is that this was potentially a thing to do that. And I'm going to say, like, now on the opposite spectrum, as a guy that like literally Halo and Kingdom Hearts are my two favorite game franchises. Halo's freaking dope right now. It's so dope. Like, I barely even touch the side that the community is exploding about, being Forge and custom games and everything. And it's funny, I saw Koba in the chat say somewhere, like, even if you're a single player guy, people are gonna make single player stuff in Forge mode. That's the crazy part.
Yeah, right.
That's insane. Exactly. Because, there's bots now, and there's actually like scripting elements and programming that you can actually make bots do things. It's crazy. Anyways, but, and this was the week that like God of War came out, and I started the game, but admittedly I got very like, I didn't get good sleep. So I'm like,
God of War, you started?
Ragnarok.
Okay.
Yeah. And I needed to play something multiplayer wise because I just didn't get good sleep. So, and I didn't want to like make that happen to Ragnarok because I'm like, I want to give it time when I'm awake,
Sure.
And I jumped into co-op with my buddies, and I just was having so much fun. They added new achievements to do. And I literally tell people, like, it's just add me to your campaign run and I will join. Like I love just chilling in Zeta Halo. And I know the community, again, I can't speak on this my level, but just from what I'm seeing for the community, they are just talking about custom games in Forge. Like, I literally see, like, there is Koba in the chat, and I know they're messing with the 64 Smash Bros stage. There's all these custom nights that the community is like rallying together to play together. And that's what they wanted. That's what the Halo fans have wanted, is more content. And that's what this is. There's new achievements to get in the campaign if you want an excuse to revisit it, which I always want an excuse to revisit that campaign. There's a lot of new maps to explore that the community themselves are just going to be making and chugging out that you can check out. And there's a couple new modes and a couple new maps added to the multiplayer. Like, this is content. And with Forge, we might get limitless content, which is cool. But I do still see, like Onyx in the chat. I don't think I'll go back to Infinite, to be honest. And that's the thing. It might be too late for the general scene. And at this point, they're just taking care of the core fan base.
There's a few things here. I think we say, okay, well, it's probably a little too late, right? But honestly, like, you look at Fortnite, right? Fortnite was practically dead at one point, and then it just came out of nowhere, right?
Yes.
A game like Halo, which is a staple name in the gaming industry, I feel like it can still pick up. And honestly, for me,
I do too.
There's only one way that I can come back to Halo in full-fledged support.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
That's what I was gonna say. Is like, what would that be? Because I have an idea.
And that's gonna be, Rob, Battle Royale.
Battle Royale.
Let's go. Like, for me, that would be the kicker of, like, okay, you're throwing me in this Halo universe, and you're gonna throw me in this Battle Royale scene. Sign me up. I'm there. Like, for some reason, I love that Battle Royale scene, and with incorporate Halo into it, sign me up. I'm done.
Yeah. I think in my opinion, what would be the thing to really bring people back is my best example is Sea of Thieves. Like, Sea of Thieves was a first party Microsoft example that people it was all right, but there just wasn't enough stuff to do in the first couple of years, and it became a great game. I think Sea of Thieves is awesome now.
It's another great example.
Yeah. But I think the thing that, like, really made a resurgence was in 2021 when they showed Jack Sparrow. The second they showed Jack Sparrow coming to the game,
people came back.
A lot of people tuned in. And I think that's something that might have to happen for Halo or any other game that doesn't have the player base they want, is something big, like something really big to just attract a lot of eyes that aren't even fans.
Right.
So that's it. Rob, you can close us out. What were you going to say?
I was going to say, like, maybe do something that would bring the fan that loved Halo but doesn't want to go back to it. Maybe bring something like a playlist, or come back to Reach. Something like that, where they can do like a Reach theme playlist, or come back to Halo 3, come back to Halo 4, come back to Halo 2. Like, this week we're doing all Halo 2 type game types, and the weapons are going to be just like, from Halo 2, you're going to have to do willing and stuff like that. So there's a lot of stuff they can play with and really capture the full audience of Halo. There might be someone who's like, I don't like Halo since Halo 3, but we're offering like a Halo 3 event where you can unlock armor that was like exclusive to Halo 3. Like, I know it was like the samurai stuff. I remember that.
Cool.
So maybe something like that can kind of get people to join back in and party up and be like, dude, remember Halo 3 that we had the time? Let's go back and do this.
You remember? I remember. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Main topic at hand, folks. I am sort of grabbing some of the ats that I see you guys do in the chat that we'll hopefully hit at the end when we have time. But main topic at hand, folks. Tomorrow morning is the Game Award nominees. We are tomorrow morning going to know what the industry thinks was Game of the Year potential, best narrative potential, best indie game potential, best performance, and the most important category of all, esports.
You got me there.
No, you did. Good job, man.
But yeah, and I'm stoked for this because the Game Awards, to me, and they actually did a poll on this, like, what do you look forward to most of the Game Awards? And everybody said the announcements and stuff, which I totally get. But for me, I've watched this show, believe it or not, since I want to say
Spike
2013.
TV.
Yeah, Spike TV. Yep, Spike TV. Yeah, I remember the Spike TV ones. I didn't watch it every year after that, but that's around the time that I started. And I just love recognition. And that's kind of what I wanted to hit with you two, is like, just recognizing things that could be nominated tomorrow morning, and or things that absolutely won't be, but there'd just be like a little smile on your face if it does, kind of a thing. Like my perfect example is like, there's no way in hell Pikmin 4 gets nominated for most anticipated game. And I don't think it should be. But if I see it, then I'm just going to be like,
good for you.
Yeah.
Screw you guys.
Yeah, you're going to be like, yeah, you will be happy. A lot of people won't be happy, but.
Yeah, I totally don't think it deserves. But that's the thing. Like, that's what I wanted to humor with you guys. In fact, let's kick off with that. So, like, we're just basically going to talk for 10 minutes here or so, just listing things that we both hope to see there, think for sure could be there. But like right off the bat, is there anything that like no way in hell that gets nominated for this category, but you would be very happy to see that? How about Kelvin, you first?
Yeah, I think, and full disclosure, a lot of these games that I might mention I haven't played, right? It's just I know about it, I appreciate them, whatnot. I think there was a lot of buzz with Kirby, right? Kirby made a pretty decent buzz with Nintendo. It might win for like Nintendo's category with like family game. But as far as like game of the year, probably not going to be a nominee. I don't know. I would like for it to be at least nominated, but is it going to win? Definitely not.
Definitely not.
You think it is going to be?
I think it's going to get nominated. Like I was thinking if there's one Nintendo game that makes it to the game of the year category, it's going to be between Kirby and Bayo. But for some reason, I can't picture Bayo being there. I feel like Kirby, and it literally became the highest selling Kirby game of the franchise. Spoilers, that's not the winning topic. That I put that as a bonus topic. But yeah, it became the best selling Kirby game ever for the franchise. And I think there's a lot of 9 out of 10. So maybe, but win it.
We forget about Xenoblade too. Like Xenoblade is also like I'm not a huge but. Right. People love that game, man, and it always does well. So that could also be potential, nominee.
Yeah, but so Rob, is there anything like I just mentioned Bayo 3? Rob, you're the Bayo guy. What?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I would love. I haven't played it. I haven't touched it
really?
Yet. No, I haven't touched it just because. I'm sorry. I know I'm awful. I'm an awful human being for not touching it. But Call of Duty came out. Then we have God of War. And then we have Pokemon. So I'm like, Bayo's a game that I can wait. I don't have to play it immediately because I
can see that.
Yeah, God of War, I need to know the story. I need to know what's happening because we know what's going to happen is people are going to get spoiled for me. Yeah, exactly. So I got to knock that out. But as far as like, there's 2 games that I think should have chances, and I know they won't, but just because of what they did. And one game I actually didn't play. Kelvin played it, but it's Neon White. I thought that game was really cool.
Yes.
I've been hearing people bring that up. I've been hearing people bring it up. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Neon White's a good one. And the other one that I'm like, it should get choose, but it's not going to get chosen. Where was I just had it on my list right here. Come back to me because I'll get in a sec. But yeah, so Neon White.
Are you saying this as game of the year or just like an nominee category somewhere?
Yep. That's what
like. Where do you see Neon White?
Definitely not a game of the year, 100%. But like
indie,
maybe best action game, action game would be cool.
Action,
yeah, that'd be cool.
I think that would be great.
I know you. Go ahead, Rob.
Sorry, I was gonna say I know for Kelvin like A Plague's Tale. I know that was a big one for you, right?
Dude,
yes.
That would be
probably in the story category. Yeah.
Yes, I'm totally there with you on that, Kelvin. I think that game should be nominated for the narrative category for sure.
Yeah, it's not going to win, but
do you think? So I mentioned this video. Do you think Amicia, the girl that plays her?
Mm-hmm.
I'm like on the fence. Like, if she gets nominated, I'm like, yeah, that's cool. I don't know if maybe
I wouldn't hate that decision at all. No, I think that'd be fine. I'm okay with that. Yeah, she did a great job.
I definitely think for narrative though, Plague Tale. I'm with you on that.
But then that's the thing, like in a year with God of War and Elden Ring, right? I feel like let's take Game of the Year out the way, right?
Yes,
they're gonna just sweep every single thing. Like at least God of War narrative, like come on, like best voice actor or like I don't know. I feel like God of War is gonna take up a majority of a lot of these. Like imagine if we didn't have God of War or Elden Ring. I feel like that would be a really better conversation to have because we can see like a lot of these games flourish in a lot of these categories.
I got the game that I was forgetting. Pokemon Legends Arceus. Now I know it's not. It's so. Hear me out. I know it's not the greatest game of all time, but it is very ambitious. So if there was like,
say, so for what?
Most ambitious game maybe because they actually changed the formula. They actually changed not game of the year. No, by any means. But
sure.
Well, I was gonna say game direction. maybe.
Ooh, there we go. That's
yeah.
the one.
Like that.
Yeah, because that's
100%,
what I
yeah.
thought. Like when Resident Evil 7 happened, it was nominated for game direction. I'm like, you know what? I could totally respect it winning that because that totally reinvented the franchise and what they could do
Hands
with
down.
it. So yeah,
Right.
Arceus for direction I could see potentially.
Now,
I'm with you there.
What about like indies, right? Like we kind of talked a little bit about indies.
This is the year for indies.
Yeah.
Like this is the best
I
year for
got one.
indies I think I have ever seen.
Yeah.
Like I heard on Kind of Funny, indies is gonna be a bloodbath. Like that's what they said on Kind of Funny. And I
yeah.
agree. It is gonna be a massacre of what doesn't make it in there. Because like Rob mentioned, what was it? White?
Neon White.
Tunic is my like runner up potentially for game of the year actually currently. Cult of the Lamb.
Yes.
Is Sifu
That's
in
right
indie?
here.
I think Sifu.
Sifu, yes.
Sifu.
Yep.
Ollie
Stray.
World. I haven't played.
Kina.
Stray. That was last year.
That was
That was last year. She didn't come
Yeah.
out. It didn't.
No,
It was.
no.
I thought she came out in March.
And there was like literally. Oh, I'm forgetting a couple others, but this is gonna be a bloodbath in the indie category.
It's gonna be nuts. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, right?
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good
Now,
one.
okay. Have you guys played that? Did you play
Yes.
together?
Oh
Yes.
my
Dude,
god,
that
dude.
game is
Fantastic.
good.
Fantastic.
They did a good job.
Fantastic.
Dude,
I think
that game, music has to be.
I was just gonna say
it
that.
has to
Was
be.
it because of Game Pass though? Is it because of Game Pass that they put on Game Pass that everyone was able to? If it wasn't on Game Pass, would it still have the success it had?
I think so. I really do think so because that
Maybe.
game just had everything going for it, dude. Like it's so beautifully well done. Like it's so beautifully well done. And then again, like you said, like the music is phenomenal in that game.
Dude,
and I'm just
the
like
music is so
a bop
It
for
is
every
good.
single thing. A bop.
I think if there's anything like just going back to like the things that we're rooting for that may or may not happen, but we'll just be like, thank God you did that. That's like in my top 3 this year. Like I need to see TMNT Shredder's Revenge be nominated for best score. Like not win it, but that's all we're talking about. Just nominees.
Just be nominated.
Nominated, exactly.
Because that's the thing that I love about the nominations is it's just you recognizing like what's the best of the best score this year? What's the best of the best story? What's the best of the best performance, art direction, and so on. It's not about winning it, but just recognizing
Being there.
And that's why I'm saying, like, if you see Shredder's Revenge next to like Ragnarok, like
exactly.
that's
an
honor.
accomplishment.
That
Dude.
is
That's
an honor.
They should take that. Yeah,
Stray.
That's a win. That's a win. That's a win.
Right. A lot of people fell off on Stray. Like, there was a lot of buzz on it around when it first came out, but like Stray has potential to be nominee, even win a couple of these categories too.
Do you think anything besides indie? Like, what would you pick for Stray?
That's a good question.
Best direction is a good one too. For that one as well.
I could
think that's
see
a good
it.
fit.
I think
best
art direction. I think
art direction. Yeah,
I could
Yeah.
see that. I dug the music in the game. I don't think it'll
don't
overdo
remember it
others.
Yeah. I think narrative. No, I don't think it'll win
Yeah.
narrative, but it definitely art direction is up there for sure because it was very like cyberpunkish, stylish. Like I definitely can see that happening.
I did see, so to engage the chat here, Hyrule earlier was like, talk about Sonic Frontiers, please.
Oh God,
Dude, I have to admit, like, just because you're not nominated for the categories, that doesn't necessarily mean like you're just a bad game or whatever.
Sure.
It just means that category is really tough. Like
Yes.
indies, for example.
Mhm.
If you are nominated for indie game this year, congratulations, kind of a thing.
Right.
But like Sonic Frontiers, it's not that. I was telling people about Spider-Man, like back in 2018. It was nominated for a few things, but people were like, man, it didn't get any love. But it got nominated, which is already an honor in itself. And to be nominated, that means you are considered amongst the 5 or 6 best of the best in this category. And I don't know if Sonic Frontiers has like one element that will make it stand out in that.
Right.
That's what I
Agreed.
mean. Like action?
Yeah.
Maybe, but that's all I can potentially think of. I don't know.
Yeah, I agree with you. Unfortunately, I don't think it'd be one of those to nominate for anything. But
Yeah.
again, it's in the right stepping stone. It could maybe next year or maybe the year after. I don't know.
You know what's an interesting category is role playing game. I feel like role playing game is a weird one this year because there hasn't been a heavy hitter one.
That's going to be the one that Xenoblade fans are going to be like, I'm here.
It has to
I
win.
better be here. I better win. Exactly. I better win. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That's funny.
I don't know. Was there any RPGs? I can't even think of any other RPGs.
Like big heavy hitter ones?
Yeah.
I mean,
Starfield came out 2 days ago.
Wait, no,
it didn't. Kelvin, wait.
I was like, wait. Did I miss something? Like, absolutely not.
No.
Yeah, I can't think of any RPGs that came out.
Yeah, you're right. Actually, you're right.
There's really not a ton of JRPGs that came out this year. Honestly, like they're all coming out next year.
Interesting.
Every big one. Yeah.
That might be the leftovers category. But see, that's what I mean. Like if it wasn't that busy of a year and you make it in there, it doesn't feel as like okay, like we have to pick somebody,
right?
But
right.
Is Pokemon considered an RPG or no?
I think so.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So Arceus can get in there.
But did people that nominate things get to play it before? Oh, Arceus. Okay.
Yeah, Arceus. Yeah. I can see it.
And obviously, we're gonna see like Elden Ring and God of War Ragnarok get nominated for a lot. And like those are like those two are locked for Game of the Year.
They're locked, 100%.
Yeah. There's no question about that. That's kind of why I haven't brought them up, is because I feel like everybody, the chat, replay watchers, everybody knows that. Like Elden Ring and God of War Ragnarok are the locks for Game of the Year in a lot of categories, probably.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know, Rob, what were you gonna say?
I was gonna say I wish Final Fantasy's Crisis Core Reunion was out before this, because it comes out like shortly right after the Game Awards actually happened. Right. That would have been nice to see and see how it squared up against everything. Because I'm just saying, if you play that game, it's
the pain that is like games that are released in the back half of November and beyond.
Yeah,
like it's such a painful thing to see. Like Somerville. I am stoked for Somerville, and it's basically made from the people that, not the same studio, but like somebody that was heavily involved in Inside and Limbo. And like I want to see that in the indie category, even though there hasn't been reviews or anything for it, so I guess I shouldn't just be biased, but I'm like, I have a feeling that's going to be one of those games that's shortchanged for things this year, because the previous game that director was involved with, I think, actually won Game of the Year or was nominated for it. It was at least nominated for it. So it's like, that might be a big omission.
Right.
Yeah.
I have a question about the Game Awards and games that come out in the last end of Q4. So, games that just missed a mark for the previous Game Awards. Do you think they're at a severe disadvantage because of people kind of forget them in a sense? Or
I think so.
If it's just that good of a game that people are still going to pick it, but I just feel like you're almost going to pick in a year plus, because you're picking a month and then another year after that. So
no, they're definitely at a disadvantage. I think so.
Well, previously there was like Jedi Fallen Order. A lot of people were like loving that game. It's kind of like a Sonic situation. Like, oh my gosh, we finally have a great great Sonic single player game, or Star Wars single player game.
Yeah, right.
And it didn't get nominated for anything that year because it released like on November 15th or something.
Right.
But then the next year, I was shocked because I actually saw it nominated for a couple categories. And I was like, oh, that's cool. Mm-hmm. So it has a chance if it's something that really stands out. Like Halo Infinite's a good example. That game, they released the multiplayer on the 15th and then officially on the 8th. And I don't expect to get nominated for a lot because of the sort of bad mouth about the live service. But people loved the campaign. It sounded like when the campaign came out, there were very few complaints about it. So I'm like, okay, performance, Jen Taylor for Cortana, Halsey, and the weapon. Music, I think the music is phenomenal in the campaign. And the sound design, like that's my number 2 of those 3 things. I'm like, Halo Infinite has to be nominated for sound design. Because it's like perfect in my opinion. But so long-winded answer to that. They have a chance, but it just depends on how much they stuck with the voters.
Okay, gotcha.
But,
where does Breath of the Wild? I mean, Breath of the Wild. I'm sorry.
2017.
No. Horizon Forbidden West. Where does that fall? I just feel like it's even in this conversation, it just got swept under the rug.
We aren't even mentioning it, but
we forgot about it. We literally forgot about it.
Dude.
Yeah, that
the
sucks.
biggest tragedy, man. Like the Horizon
That's-
franchise.
That's their fault though. That is their fault for releasing that game
They
when
don't
it released.
know.
They do know. They do know. They do know. They know that like
the second they see Elden Ring was gonna release, they're like,
Yeah, let's push.
delay
No,
it.
there's so much that's involved in that.
yeah, but still, but look how it affected them. If they would have been like, we're gonna push this
Dude.
back to like summer or something like that, or
Sure.
or have more awareness of like what other people are doing, be like, wait, no, Elden's
Now-
gonna drop.
I agree with you actually, because first party PlayStation this year, that actually could have spread it out well, because I think February or March was Gran Turismo, which by the way could be nominated for racing sim, whatever.
Sure.
And now we have Ragnarok, but there wasn't anything in the middle
Right.
that could have helped.
That would have been perfect.
Rob
you know?
might have a good point.
Yeah. No, he's right. I just think that
Right.
that
It's
Yeah.
just logistical hell.
Like,
Yeah,
it
yeah, you just
doesn't make
can't.
sense for them.
Right.
It's like they have to bite the bullet basically, and it sucks, because that is it's a good game. It's a great game. It can definitely win it could
Gorgeous.
definitely sweep a couple,
Freaking gorgeous.
nominations here, but it just always gets
it's
swept under the
just a
rug.
shit. You just picked a bad year. They picked a bad year.
Just the date, man. Like even just the date, because it's like
Yeah, for
it's
sure.
literally it's the Breath of the Wild situation all over again.
100%. Yeah.
Even though it released in the same time as Breath of the Wild, it still got nominated for Game of the Year and a lot of other categories.
Yeah.
So I
There you
think
go.
I think it'll be the Spider-Man this year, where it's like I don't think the actual voters are going to forget about it. I think we're still going to see Forbidden West nominated for a lot.
I agree.
Yeah.
Where do you
so-
think besides like best, like I don't know, art direction or something?
So it's funny. That was one of my most anticipated games this year, and I still haven't played it.
Mhm.
Sadly, that actually bugs me, but I think it's because Elden Ring kind of took over my life in terms of open world games.
It's
Again,
still taking over
it's
your life.
unfortunate. Yeah,
It's still taking over your life.
It's still taking over my life.
Oh my god. That's why I
Yeah.
got that game out of my system. I got it out. I
Dude.
beat it in like a month, and I was like, I'm done. I'm not touching this again. I'm done. I'm not letting this rule my life.
Wild.
But from the spectator standpoint, Horizon Forbidden West, I think it really could get a Game of the Year nom. I really think it could.
Yeah.
Performance,
I
Aloy,
think so.
maybe. And art direction, because that game is stunning.
It's a beautiful game. The enemy
Yeah.
design, everything about that game is a beautiful game. I would say,
In
like,
my
it's one of the most.
opinion, that is the most gorgeous PlayStation game I think I've ever seen. Like,
Yeah.
it is stunning.
Yeah.
I
Maybe
think Game
those
of the
three-
Year is a lock for it, for sure.
You
I
think
think
a
it
lock?
has.
Ooh.
I think so. I think it's a lock. I mean, who else besides God of War, Elden Ring? I mean,
You're actually hitting what I was gonna say. Is like if there's
perfect.
six,
Okay,
if
go
there's
for it.
6 nominees
mhm.
for, and this I asked this to the chat too. If there's 6 nominees for Game of the Year this year, what would you say they're gonna be? Mine, I'll say it probably. I mean, Elden Ring, God of War Ragnarok. I'm gonna be bold. I'm gonna say Kirby and the Forgotten Land. I think so. Horizon Forbidden West. I'm with you on that.
Yep.
It's these last 2 that I really question.
Right.
I think there will be a indie, because I feel like a lot of the
Yeah.
time some indie wiggles in to that
Neon White,
category.
maybe. No, I won't.
No.
I think if it's an indie, it'll probably be between.
Tunic.
I'm gonna put Tunic just to be biased. I'm gonna put Tunic, and it's those last 2 spots I'm really questioning.
Okay.
Sifu.
Sifu could.
did-
I feel like
did some
it'll
more.
potentially be that indie spot though. Who
Where's
knows?
Call of Duty
We
at?
might have
You're
2.
not putting Call of Duty in
I
there
mean, Call of
at
Duty's
all?
gonna win Game of the Year. So, but
No way in hell.
I can't think of
That's
that.
tough.
6th
It's tough,
one.
right?
Yeah. Are you kind of? Do you guys disagree about like those first 4?
No. I
No.
think
Okay.
that's perfect.
So Elden Ring, Ragnarok, Kirby, and Horizon are kind of like our 4 we think are
Yep.
pretty safe.
I'll throw one a wrench at you. Multiverses.
No.
for Game
You
of the
don't think
Year.
so?
No. Game
Or
of the
maybe
Year.
it's more
For fighting game, for fighting
and
game.
more.
Yeah.
Okay, and maybe direction because of like, or no.
No, I
I'm not
think
feeling
you
it.
nailed it with the fighting. Fighting, it could definitely win fighting nominee for
I
sure.
mean, Koba has the
Fighting
real
category.
Game of the Year nom apparently, which is Kirby's Dream Buffet.
Oh yeah, that's
Forgot about that shit. You're right. You know what?
Somebody's mentioning Plague Tale, and I love Plague Tale. I definitely don't think Game of the Year nom.
Tiny Tina's Wonderland. That was one that came out. That was pretty big when it
indie
came
category.
Out,
the Slaughter. I'm telling
It's
you, that's gonna be
Slaughterhouse,
a bloodbath.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
don't
can't think of
know.
those
It's
last
tough.
two.
it won't be Bayonetta 3. It won't.
Well,
be that.
okay. I was just gonna say it has to, like would there be like a Nintendo game there, like Xenoblade? Like would that be a
Other than
potential
Kirby.
other than Kirby?
I think Kirby's the safest Nintendo game. I really do.
Okay.
Okay. yeah, definitely.
This is tough.
But Nintendo's gonna have a good time because they'll have Kirby for Game of the Year nom, they'll have Bayo for Action Game nom, and they'll have Xenoblade 3 and potentially Arceus for RPG nom.
RPG
And family, they're gonna dominate the family. So
yeah.
Getting one more shooter. Splatoon 3.
Oh, you're right. Or multiplayer.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, Nintendo. It's just because they released so much good stuff this year. They had a lot of good releases this year. I don't know. I think that's about all we can think of. I'm kind of looking at the chat
right now.
Who knows?
Okay.
Maybe those last two. Maybe they'll be indies. Maybe.
Maybe
This will be the year that we have more than one indie nominated for Game of the Year.
Yeah,
could be.
Does Last of Us count? Part 1, the remake.
No.
Does it count?
I would be so.
You don't think that's gonna sneak in somewhere?
I would
and
be
a little slithery snake and cheat. Basically, that's a cheat.
No, I can't imagine. No, I don't think so. I don't know. Well, I can't wait till tomorrow because I want to see what.
Yeah, what it is. Yeah.
Yeah. You guys have any plans about that, or is that just gonna be like your big topic this week? You think?
It's probably gonna be like one of our big topics. Yeah. I can't. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we'll probably try and live stream the actual awards themselves, or
for sure
do something with that. Yeah, and freaking start gushing over. We cried one time during the Game Awards.
Yes. When the three presidents of Xbox, Nintendo, PlayStation got on stage.
Yes.
It was Joker, actually, right?
Yeah, it was when they first announced Joker for Smash. That was by far like the most out of left field thing
like,
you could possibly
you
think
cried
of.
to that?
I literally
tears of joy. It wasn't like
Damn,
it was like
that's
tears
awesome.
Of joy. Yeah,
dude, I wish we weren't doing this before, but I wish we were, dude, because it would have been.
It was just like bewilderment. It was just like hype. It was just everything. We were our heads were exploding on camera. Like I wish we were on camera, but our heads were exploding when that happened.
Yeah.
I just find it amazing that we don't know that final top. But anyways, we have to move on anyways. So folks, those are the 5 main topics. Really quick, I just wanted to hit a bonus one. That was the community chosen one. And I also have in the chat, while we're waiting, you can choose what game we are going to end this show with of good game. It's a long show today, but usually that's what happens if I have more than one guest. But your community voted topic, surprisingly, was Battlefield 2042 coming to Game Pass Ultimate. Yeah, so I was actually shocked about that, but yeah, I guess people were kind of curious to hear about that. But basically, EA/DICE put up this briefing for November, and they have Season 3 coming up soon because they, like Halo, it's a live service game. But yeah, apparently Season 3 is going to have a lot of patches, like they're going to redesign maps to make them more... I'm actually really excited about this. They're going to add a lot more cover. So instead of it just being open and you getting sniped all the time, there's cover. So they're going to redesign a lot of the maps, make the path of travel a lot more smooth because their maps are way too freaking big. But especially when Season 3 comes around, which will probably be this month or next based off of their previous schedules, it's going to be on Xbox Game Pass Ultimate through EA Play. So... I don't know, like this is the bonus topic, so I definitely want to be with the chat and have a good game, but I don't know if you guys have any thoughts about 2042. Like, is this a Halo Infinite situation, or do you have any thoughts, or just about it coming to Game Pass Ultimate?
It's just that, but worse, like the Halo situation. It's what Halo did, but they buffed that up like way worse, and it's done. In my opinion, it's done. And what I dislike, I cannot stand the EA Play launcher. I cannot stand that I have to integrate all this stuff
on PC.
On PC. Yes. I don't know how it is on Xbox itself. On the console, might be a lot of a smoother experience, but on PC, it's a mess. You have 2 launchers, and you're logging into this account, you're logging into this account, it's a headache. It's a headache.
Yeah.
I am interested to see how this pans out for them, right? Because Battlefield 2042 is essentially dead. It is completely dead, buried. No one plays that game. I honestly
You'd
like
be
it's
surprised. I'm actually seeing a lot of people still playing it.
It's just, it gave me a bad taste because I was kind of hyped sort of for this game. I'm like, I want that Battlefield Bad Company 2 like vibe. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And so I always want to like root for Battlefield because I'm like, this is it. This has to be it. And sure enough, it wasn't. But I think it was smart for them to do it, to put it on Game Pass, because Game Pass
why
is just
wouldn't you? Yeah.
Why wouldn't you, right? It's kind of like,
Nintendo the
with
timing
the
makes
Switch.
sense though too, because usually EA adds things to their EA Play like around a year after launch, and that's what this is going to be around. It's going to be a little bit over a year, but yeah.
So we'll
funny.
see. I mean, I like that they've given a lot of content and stuff, but I don't know if this is going to bring people back.
Yeah. It's funny. I still have like another thing that you get through EA Play is like trials to their newer games.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And they give a 10-hour trial for this game, which is actually really generous. And I still technically had like 3 hours left of my trial. So I've been like spreading it out. I just like check in on every now and then because I'm with Rob. Like I remember the Bad Company days. Like those games were dope. And I'm rooting for this game, but I don't know. And it seems like DICE and EA are definitely not giving up on it, kind of a thing. Because even in this update, by the way, they say like we're still working on content for season 4 and beyond, actually. So and I think they've even said we don't intend to release another Battlefield game until like at least 2024. So they're not giving up on this sucker, and I commend them for at least that. Like that's kind of cool. But I don't know. I don't know if it's one of those things that's just like, okay, we're just gonna follow and stay tuned to our main fan base. But Game Pass Ultimate, I think that'll be really cool. Really cool.
Definitely, it's going to help it. It's definitely going to help. It's going to, like I said, it's there, and maybe all my buddies are playing. Like, yo, this is like the new thing. Like, it's back. Like, let's play. Maybe I'll jump on. So.
Yeah. Okay, folks. Those are. Oh wait, I see Onyx saying on Steam there are 4,500 players still on Battlefield 2042. Which, believe it or not, I think that's more than Infinite on Steam. Okay. So that's a statement. That's what I mean. I'm shocked. And I know he hasn't been on the show yet, but Mav from the Gaming Speculation, he tunes into it now and then. He's like, yeah, as somebody that was there at launch and kind of tunes in now, it's fixed. Like it's good now, kind of a thing. So that's
okay. Cool. So maybe it's for dive. Maybe.
Definitely for me, I definitely might try it out and see, because I played it the first week or so and I'm like, this isn't it for me, But if people are saying that it's improved and they fixed a lot of the bugs and a lot of the issues that I had initially, then this might be it.
Okay. Guys, we're gonna have a moment with the chat before we play our friendly good game. We do have a send-in though this week from the lovely patrons, and you could take a moment now to support the show if you wish, but otherwise feel free to I grabbed 2 questions from earlier, but this comes from Capone as a patron. Our usual send-in-er. Thank you very much, Capone. He's asking, this year has been pretty good for gaming. I agree. What are you looking forward to next year? I mean, we all know mine, right? Can chat and you guys say what mine is? Do you know?
I know yours, I think. Is it Starfield?
It's not Starfield. Starfield's
okay.
actually, believe it or not, it's like bottom.
Interesting. Okay.
Not bottom, but I'm like, yeah. No. And I see Onyx in the chat. You know what I'm looking for? Yes, I know what you're looking forward to, Onyx.
I'm not sure.
For me, my most anticipated game is Pikmin 4. I am.
Oh, he said earlier. Oh, yeah, that was really?
You were serious?
I'm 100% serious.
Oh my God.
I shed tears when they announced that.
I saw that. Okay,
dude,
all right.
I am stoked for that. Like that's like more than so many things that I should be more excited for. I'm stoked for Pikmin 4.
Interesting. Okay. Rob? I don't know.
How about you, Rob? Do you have one?
Yeah, I'm going to tell you mine, and then I'm going to take a really quick bathroom break because I'm going to like just everywhere. So Resident Evil 4 remake. I think it looks incredible. I think it looks absolutely incredible, and I haven't played Resident Evil 4 since PS2, so this is going to be awesome for me to go back in and just be like, oh my God, I forgot about that. So yeah that's going to be the one.
All right, go to the bathroom. Kelvin?
Yeah, go for it. I don't know, actually. I don't have anything at the top of my head.
Final Fantasy? 16?
I mean, Final Fantasy's up there, 16. I mean, I'm super stoked for that.
I was going to guess that might be your guys's, but I didn't know.
Definitely Rob. Like, Rob is more of a Final Fantasy fan. I'm a huge Final Fantasy fan, but he's up there. And I know Onyx, I'm pretty sure that's his, that's his too.
Yep, it is.
I don't have anything right now, which is crazy because I usually do. I usually prepare myself around this time. I'm like, all right, what am I looking forward to next year?
Street Fighter 6. Next year's crazy. That's all I have to say. Next year is
I'm
crazy.
actually really excited for Street Fighter 6, and I'm not a huge fighting fan. But that looks pretty dope.
Street Fighter 6, Starfield, Redfall, Forza Motorsport, Final Fantasy 16, Resident Evil 4 Remake, Spider-Man 2.
Spider-Man 2?
Dude, it's crazy.
That might be up there.
Spider-Man 2, you think?
That's up there. I forgot about that. Yep, that's up there.
I keep forgetting about Spider-Man as well. But no, Insomniac said, no, we're on track. We'll release it on time. Yeah, I see Kelvin in the chat. I still couldn't get over Banjo and Smash. Yeah, there's certain moments that
oh my god,
we have a good time.
I couldn't. I mean, that, and then obviously the Sora reveal was just yeah.
Feel free to any other things but just hitting some other things really quick. I saw earlier as we're in the show. I didn't see who it was, but hello peeps and Samurai Kibiji Gaming Duo podcast dudes. Can I ask something or add something? Sonic Frontiers for best narrative, please. No. No.
Next question.
Next question. I mean, I'm glad if it resonated with you that much. I'm glad, but no way. I'm
surprised.
No way. What is it? Where is it? Oh, there's another one. At Samurai Kibiji, people keep saying that Bungie made the best Halo games, and some even wish that Bungie came back to Halo. But then I need to ask, why do you think a new Halo by Bungie could be good? You're right. Like, that is not the same studio. That is not the same studio that used to be. That's totally new people. A lot of the people that were the key founders of Halo, they've all gone off and started their own teams and stuff. So 100%. You're totally right. And 343 at this point, it's just made up of people that are passionate about Halo. And they're actually, a lot of them were from the Bungie team. So
exactly.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. Okay. It looks like that is good. I don't see anything else, but there has been votes for us to do Guess the Theme.
Guess the
theme. Okay.
Why do I feel like this is going to be absolute? Because how confident are you guys? Because I think the last time we did this, it was rough.
This is gonna be.
No,
rough.
I think you did a good job, Kelv. I think we did pretty decent with this last time.
Did I carry the team? I think I carried you.
No, I think I carried you. I think I carried you.
So, gang, if you're just joining us, we're going to do our good game to close out the show. It's been a really freaking good show. And by the way, thank you guys very much. This has been super fun.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
I try to hit these around an hour. It always gets rough when I have an extra guest on, but I love having you both on. And that's just because we were gushing about Ash winning the. We probably would have been somewhat on point.
We probably finished.
Yeah, we would have been good. Yeah. But we can't skip that. Can't skip the homie.
But yeah, we're at the thing that we like to end the show on a good note with, which is a good game that we. And I like Guess the Theme too, because the last time we did this, I was involved. I had my buddies Caleb and Michael on, and the three of us were competing on it. Now, I don't know if you guys would be intimidated by that, but I do have a way. How confident do you think you feel about game themes? Because what we're going to play is I'm going to be playing a video that's going to be putting on some game music for 10 or 15 seconds. And when the timer's up, you're going to see what the game is. And whoever guessed it first gets the point.
Interesting.
Is it only game music? Only the music from the game?
It's just from the game.
Okay.
I'm down.
Because if you feel confident, then I'll just partake. If you feel somewhat all right, then I could do what I was going to do with the gaming resume, where I'll just if neither of you get it, then I'll take the point if I know it. So I don't know which of those feels better to you.
Here's the thing. I think we absolutely destroyed the 20 questions one.
Yes, you did.
We definitely
yeah.
flunked on the Guess the Thing one. But I'm down. Let's go. I'm doing it.
Let's do the version if neither of you get it and I know it, I will take it.
Okay, let's do it.
Let's do that version. All right. That's your little handicap. But between the two of you, it's whoever says it first. So that's perfect because I can judge. Right. That's perfect. All right.
Okay.
So folks, we're going to start the game.
All right.
And load start this thing up. By the way, chat, if you, I will try to remember to tune into the B-roll, like as you can see here, so you can see what it is. If I forget though sometimes, I apologize. But here we go. And let me make sure. Can you both hear that?
Yep.
Kel?
No, I don't hear anything.
Here, let me. So, Kel, so you're going to have to tune into the Discord stream.
Okay.
If you haven't been, that's how you'll hear it.
I hear it. Yep.
You hear it now? Okay. All right. Here we go. Here's the first one. Not this, but you're about to hear it. I'll just have to turn it down to mix you guys in. Oh, I know it.
What is this?
Is this Gears of War? Is this Run the Jewels?
Neither of you know this. Neither of you know this. I believe, so neither of you got it before the timer was over. This is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge.
Oh, yeah!
Freaking yeah!
Is it Run the Jewels though?
No, that's Wu-Tang.
Oh. Damn it.
So that's one for me.
Damn.
Nice.
Did you even guess, Kelvin?
I didn't even say anything. No. I was just bopping to it, you know what I mean?
I know, that's the thing. Like, I was like, whatever it is, it's a bop. And then I realized, I'm like, oh yeah, Shredder's Revenge is a bop. All right. Oh, by the way, chat, forgot. Yeah, so it was Shredder's Revenge right there.
Shredder's
okay.
Revenge. I should have gotten that. Mario,
Odyssey. Mario Odyssey.
Yeah, I'm bad. Damn it.
That's tough, because Kelvin said it first, but I think that's Rob's point.
No, Rob, 100%.
Yeah, that's Rob's
I said
point.
Mario, a generic name. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's Mario. Yeah, okay. Rob got that. Good
Thanks.
job.
Thanks, Kel. Thanks for the layup there.
All right, Mario Odyssey. Good job. All right, that's a point for Rob. Whoever's first to 5. Yeah, I know.
I know this.
I mean, I don't know which one.
Is it Metroid Prime?
No.
Not Metroid Prime. No, it's Metroid. It's Metroid.
Kel.
Pokemon? I don't know.
No, it's not. It's
Okay,
Metroid
okay.
something. It's
So we'll say. How about Rob? You're saying Metroid. Kel's saying Pokemon. How about that? If it's either from the franchises, I'll just give it to whoever. Okay.
Okay.
yeah.
I was gonna say it's Metroid. It's the original Metroid theme.
I said Prime because like Prime was like the first game that popped up in my mind, but I knew it wasn't from Prime because it was more of like yeah.
Right. Anyways, chat. Yeah, it was the original Metroid theme. Yeah. What's a Rob?
Come on, Kel.
Guys, I'm really bad at this, so I'm sorry.
I fucking know this.
You finally got me on one.
I couldn't tell you.
This is from a Pokemon game, I think.
Here we go.
I-
Star Fox
my
Assault.
God.
Star Fox
Interesting.
Assault.
Yeah, I was getting close.
All right, no
Really?
point there. All right, next one. Yeah.
It's like right there.
It's Animal Crossing.
Okay, Rob thinks Animal Crossing. Kel?
Yeah, it is. It is. It's Animal Crossing.
All right.
Specifically,
You're both wrong. It's Yoshi.
No way.
It's Yoshi's. It's Yoshi herself.
What?
Yeah, Yoshi's Island.
Oh no!
Oh my god.
What points you have? How many points you have?
Me
none.
and you are at 2, Rob.
Oh no!
All right.
Oh my god.
Yeah, Koba got the last one yet. I love that the chat's participating.
I don't know.
I have no idea.
No clue. I'm
I've
terrible.
heard of this before, but I don't know what it is.
I did
Custom
hear it.
Robo. It's not. It's not custom.
It's
Robo.
Fortnite.
Oh.
It's Fortnite.
That one. Okay, that one. They change their theme every 5 seconds.
They do.
All right, I'm not mad about that one.
I know this.
Dragon Ball Z.
Dragon Ball Z Budokai.
No. The last one. God damn.
Oh, Dragon Ball Z
Yeah,
Fighter Z.
I'm gonna give this to Kelvin. I'm gonna give this to Kelvin because he knows.
Yeah, give it Kelvin. Yes.
I can tell he knows what it is.
Yeah.
It's Dragon Ball Fighters.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's you get that one. 100%.
Sick game, by the way. Like,
Oh yeah.
dope.
The DLC was on sale. It was like $1 for each like DLC character. It was awesome.
Yeah.
Oh,
Go, Rob.
What?
wait, I knew it. Wait.
Kelvin, just say it.
Is this Smash?
Oh, Final Fantasy 7. Oh my god.
I
Oh
was
my.
like,
Oh my
what's
god.
happening? I'm like,
I'm
what's
thinking
happening?
Oh my god, Final Fantasy 7. I was like, wait, no, I know it.
I'm like, are
Yeah.
you serious? It's
terrible.
one of the most iconic sounds of all time.
It was just like, I knew it. I got it. All right.
I just see Kel go like, go Rob. I'm like, why? Do you know it? Like, just
Because
say
I
it.
feel like he just knew that exactly. I was like, I'm gonna trip on this one for sure.
Dude,
Hey,
I'm like,
can't give me a layup.
that's the most classic. Are you kidding?
Terrible. I'm sorry.
That was hilarious. Okay.
I have no idea what this is.
You got me on this one. Rob's 2 points from winning. I'll just throw out
I
a
was gonna say,
guess. Blaze Blue? I don't know.
F-Zero.
F-Zero? Okay.
That's a good one too. I can't.
No!
Oh no!
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Okay.
We have not gotten that.
I saw Koba guessed F-Zero in the chat too, and I was like, oh shit. It's Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3. All right. Whatever it is, it's great. Yeah, this is a bop.
This is a bop.
It's gonna come in here.
I was gonna say Fall Guys, but if you don't know this one, Tony, then it's definitely not Fall
It's
Guys.
definitely not Fall Guys. I mean, feel free to just throw that out as a guess, but
That's my guess. Yeah, it's definitely not it.
SS Tricky. SSX
Dance
Tricky.
Dance Revolution. Nope.
No.
Lethal League.
No. I wouldn't. No one.
Lethal League
I don't know.
Blaze. Okay.
Like it though.
It's good. Okay. Come on, Rob, take us home.
End my misery. Animal Crossing.
It's Animal Crossing.
yeah,
Kelvin
this
gets
one's
it.
Animal- Kelvin
Yeah,
got
100%. Kelvin got it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Easy.
All right, if we all tie at 3, because now I'm at 2, Kelvin's
Can
at
I
2, Rob's at 3. Like, we're
Is
gonna
it-
make it death match if we all get to 3 and just
Let's
whoever gets the
go.
next one.
Is it New Horizon though? Is it?
It is
It's
New
just regular?
Horizon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But that gets Kelvin. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Any guesses?
It's too upbeat for something. I have no idea what this is.
This is Fatal Fury.
No, we're not on that.
Fatal
Wouldn't
Fury,
know.
and I only know that because of Smash Bros.
Because it's Harry. Yeah.
Yep. All right.
All right. Who's up right now? Who's
So me and Rob are at 3. Kelvin's at 2.
Okay.
Donkey Kong.
Yes.
Do I have to say which one? 60. I don't know. Donkey Kong Country?
Yeah.
I think it's Donkey Kong Country. I think you're right.
Okay. Let's just give that. Let's see if it is. Let's see if Kel gets it.
I think Kelv got it. Yep.
Nice.
Kelvin
All
took
right.
the lead.
He did it. No, he put it.
No,
at
I'm
3.
tied.
Now we're all 3-3. Okay.
Oh,
So
okay.
whoever gets the next one, that's a winner. Okay.
Are you playing? Are you playing as well, Tony? Like, are you able to shut the thing
I mean,
too,
I've
or
been
no?
doing like the if you guys don't know it, I'll take it. kind
Okay,
of
I would thought
so.
for the last one you would be able to shout it out, but okay, all right, I got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I can if you feel confident enough, but all right.
Oh my
By
god.
the way,
I'm
chat,
nervous.
it was Donkey Kong Country chat. So if you didn't see it.
All right, let's go. Let's go.
I have a guess.
Oh my god.
Okay, I'm just gonna guess here. I think Fire Emblem Three Houses.
Yeah, I was gonna say Fire Emblem, but I don't know which one.
No, it's not Fire Emblem. It's something else.
Oh,
it was
Final Fantasy
Fantasy.
8.
Oh.
Final Fantasy 8. Okay,
Oh
you
my-
guys misled me. I thought, or 13.
no,
sorry, 13.
I knew it wasn't that. Oh my goodness.
You guys freaked me
Yeah.
out, man. I thought I had it.
I was nervous.
Mm-mm. I don't think I even have a guess.
I'm gonna say F-Zero again. I'm gonna say F-Zero.
And at one point you'll get
At
it
one
right.
point.
Oh yeah, at one point I'll get it. But it's not F-Zero.
Punch Out. I don't know. Punch Out. Ultimate
Oh my
Alliance 3,
God.
The Black Order.
You have to say a Marvel game. Win.
Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3. It's just another Marvel 3 with the Ultimate. All right. Damn. The freaking death match has it's been dragged.
Yeah.
Suspenseful.
Upbeat ones, man.
I think. Damn, I think I know this one, but I'm not sure.
I have no clue.
It's
Cooking
not
Mama.
Cooking Mama
I'm
Mario
gonna say-
64. Oh, Spyro. It is. It's totally Spyro. Yep.
Damn it.
Damn. I knew I heard it, but just not enough to like. I wouldn't have for sure knew that. Man.
What is it, like a Midnight Club game or like a...
I'm gonna say Rampage. I know it's not Rampage, but I'm just gonna say
Need for
Rampage.
Speed. Some
I
Need
was
for Speed
about
game.
to say Need for Speed Underground. SmackDown
Okay.
Raw. John Cena. Dude.
There you go.
Okay, one of us has. This has been way too dragged out. Okay.
Come on. We got
Come on, next one.
All right, this is it. We're gonna get this.
Yep.
Here we go. I'm gonna participate in this one. Okay.
Okay.
Tails. This is a Tails game. Tales of Arise or something. Tales of something.
If it's a Tales of game, I'm just gonna give you it. I don't even have a guess. It's Ashura's Wrath.
That's one game I wanted to play. I just never did.
Me too.
It's ridiculous. It's
God.
ridiculous.
Okay.
This is bad.
This is rough.
F-Zero. It has to be F-Zero.
You
Or
know
a
what?
Marvel 3
At this
game.
point,
It's
if
a Mar-
it's not F-Zero, then I'm just gonna say we tied.
It's like Street Fighter.
or Marvel 3 Ultimate Alliance 8. or
Street
something.
Fighter.
Tekken.
Street Fighter.
Astral Chain.
I played that game.
Astral Chain. I'm so pissed. I just want
one
of us
more.
to win.
One more. And that's
Fine.
it.
Okay.
That's it. One more.
Oh shit.
I'm not gonna get it.
One more after
God
this.
damn it. Dragon Ball Budokai Tenkaichi 3.
Are you fucking kidding me?
That was so clutch. Holy crap. Last second.
That was literally the last second, dude.
Wow. Good job, Tony.
Damn.
You earned that one. That's all you, buddy. Holy crap. You pull out of your ass.
I
was
literally did though. That's all I did. I just like pulled something out of my ass and I'm like, it sounds like it's Budokai Tenkaichi, but I'm not sure. And I even said 3.
You said it to the T, dude. To the T.
I even said 3, dude. Okay. The only reason I think like if there's anything that like mustered in me that got that, it's because like growing up, my friends would literally just play only this game in front of me for like a year. And so like I think this is literally like the main menu music. And so like just my subconscious just pulled it out like like come on, it's there.
You dug deep on that one.
Dude.
You did.
God.
Damn.
Clutch, dude.
I knew the Final Fantasy 13 one. I was like, I've heard this song before. I've played this game, and I just couldn't. Damn.
Cool.
Good job.
That was great. Good job.
G.
All right. Well, sorry about that long ass drag of an end, but folks, thank you very much for tuning in to Good Game. I hope you had fun. Do the anime next time. I bet everyone feel like, no, I'll actually be pretty good with the anime.
Oh, you'll crush it.
Oh yeah, you would. I think it would be no contest there.
But yeah, Koba says GG. Good job, folks. Koba, Troy, Patrick, Onyx. I think I saw a creature maybe. There's a lot of you guys. Thank you very much for swinging by today. Appreciate it. And Kelvin and Rob, you as well. I'm glad we finally got you on to the show. I had a lot of fun with you both. I don't know. Feel free to plug in any final things and where folks can find you. Also, link in the description. You can find their website, gang. So I don't know, Kelvin,
Yeah, man.
you first.
Thank you, Tony, for having us. Like, this is really, like, honestly, like, I love doing stuff like this, and you giving us the opportunity to do this it was just great. So thank you. Just, shameless plug. If you guys would like to follow us, you can definitely, follow us on YouTube or on our Instagram, Twitter, Gaming Duo Pod. We also have a website, gamingduopod.com. If you want to check out all our content there, we could check out, Spotify, Apple, all our podcast related things. We have our YouTube content there as well. So check that out. And yeah, definitely don't forget, we're doing this giveaway here with the limited edition God of War PS5 controller. So definitely check that out. Do you remember the date, Rob? Is it
23rd? Wednesday, the 23rd, at about 8:30 p.m. We will be announcing the winner of the live stream. So go on that Instagram post, go on Twitter, and that's how you'll be entered in. And then we will pull it live, and you will get an access to that awesome controller. It is beautiful. Beautiful controller.
And plus, you'll just hang out with us, and we'll talk about whatever current gaming news is on for that week, and we'll just have fun.
Tony, you gonna enter in? You're gonna get that controller?
I might, because I need a second controller.
There you go.
There you go.
But yeah, we're all going to be talking about the Game Awards this probably the remainder of this week. But so I would be very looking forward to hearing what you guys think of that, as well as everybody in the chat and other content creators. But folks, this has been Good Game. I appreciate your company, and I hope you have a lovely good game with the rest of your week. And also, don't forget to be Geek Proud Awesome. I will see you tomorrow for reacting to the Game Award nominees. Peace out.